Now, a British Army soldier is in hospital with serious injuries after being stabbed near Brompton Barracks in Kent last night.
The victim, who is in his 40s, is said to have been in uniform when he was attacked by a man wearing a ski mask. The incident is not currently being treated as a terror attack.
Yes, Chief of General Staff General Sir Rowley Walker says he is deeply saddened by the horrific and unprovoked attack in Gillingham.
Well, GB News Home and Security Editor Mark White is at the scene for us. Mark, what do we know?
Well, just in the last half hour, a team of forensics officers have arrived at the scene to begin their examination in detail of the scene of that attack on this army officer just before the evening where that officer suffered. Those forensics officers are carrying out, as they always do, a methodical check inch by inch of the scene where that stabbing took place. We can bring you actually some doorbell footage, the sound from that more than anything else, of the moments where this attack was taking place. A warning to our viewers and listeners that it is distressing because very audibly you can hear the screams as that attack is taking place. Let's have a listen. Well, I mean, clearly, just obviously very distressing there. And the doorbell in question belonged to one of the neighbours here, just a couple of doors up from the scene, Alex Reynolds, who spoke to me a little earlier, and he told me that really he wanted to go to help, but he wasn't prepared really for what he saw. This is what he told me.
Thought immediately that it was perhaps just a scuffle in the street, perhaps on the neighbouring street. But as the screams became more harrowing and piercing, you realised that it was something more serious. I think initially my father said not to go out, but a minute later I went out to sit to the corner and could see a good 6 or 7 people around the victim, around the body that was lying on the pavement.
And the wife of Alex Reynolds, Natasha Reynolds, was actually just coming home at the time when as well. The family have lived here for a couple of years. They are one of the few families around here who are not military families. They've always felt quite safe, but this is what Natasha Reynolds told us about what she saw in the moments after she arrived.
I was driving back home from work, and as soon as I turned on the road, I saw plenty of cars, and I thought something happened. When I approached the house, I saw people standing, and lots of police, ambulance, and also my family was standing outside, and they said there was a stabbing here. I was really shocked because this is something unusual for this area.
Well, clearly the attack on an officer, a soldier wearing his uniform so close to a barracks has very many people concerned, understandably, about the potential for this being terrorist motivated. At the moment, the police say they're not looking at a terrorist motivation. However, that might change. Previously, when we've had incidents where they've not thought initially that it was terrorist related, they found materials pointing to an ideology. So let's wait for the fullness of time for that investigation, which is still in its early stages, to see what it actually uncovers about what on earth possessed this individual to jump off a bike, to stab a soldier multiple times and then to flee. He was arrested in nearby Rochester. About half an hour later, there's a crime scene at that location in Rochester as well, and police say that several knives were recovered from that scene.